My name is Crystal Anderson, and I'm married and have 6 children. I also have 3 cats. I have 5 dogs and tons of chickens and ducks running around my house. And I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about trucking. When I was a little girl, my dad drove truck. And I can remember I must have been about 4 years old. He brought the truck home and he parked it in front of our house. And it was so big, and it had this great big trailer on the back of it. And I begged and begged until my dad let me have a ride in that truck. And it was probably only around the block. It wasn't very far, but I felt like I was on top of the world because I was clear up in the air, higher than anyone else. As I went on to school and become a little bit older, I still remembered riding in that truck with my dad. And my brothers and sisters and I, when we were driving down the highway with Mom and Dad, we would pump our arms and get the drivers to honk their horns, and we would all cheer and count who got the most honks from drivers. And as I continued, I married a truck driver. And through all that time, he would be out on the road seeing all kinds of exciting things, and I would be at home. Well, I had never left Nebraska or Iowa. And one day he come home and he said, "How would you like to learn how to drive truck?" So from there on, I learned how to drive truck. We traveled all over the country. We got to meet some fantastic people out there. Got to see deserts and oceans and mountains, and it was just so fantastic. I'll just never forget my time out there. We had the CB radios, and we'd actually do convoys back there going from the Midwest out to the West Coast. So you'd be traveling with a bunch of truck drivers together and make great friends. Stop and have your meals together and talk, and some of them had pets, so you'd meet their pets. Well, as time went by, we decided that we wanted a family. We wanted some children. So in doing that, it meant that I would need to get off the road and not drive truck. And we agreed that was the best thing for our family. So when we did that, I went to college. When I got out of college, I went to work in a trucking company. Where else? That still kept me around all the people. Trucking people, whether they're in the office or whether they're the drivers out on the road or whether they're mechanics, they're a special type of person. They love people. They love to be around people. They help people. It is just such a life in itself. You can see the world through the eyes of a truck driver or being a truck driver. The other jobs, once I got out of college, I went to work in safety. And your job in safety is just what it says. You keep people, you keep people safe. You don't want them getting injured or falling out of a truck or getting involved in an accident. Or if a mechanic, you don't want them getting hurt back in the shop. So that's just what safety is. Then there's also jobs like they call it human resources. That's hiring people. So you go out and you find the right person for the job. You find people that want to drive truck or work in the office, and you hire those people. There's so many jobs in transportation that are open and available to people. Environmental, you hear about environmental and how important it is to protect our earth. There's people in trucking that protect the environment. They make sure that the fuel that the trucks use and the oil that they use are disposed of properly so they don't get on the ground and hurt the ground. You have to route people. To drive a truck, you have to know which roads you can go on because some trucks can't go on all of the roads. You see those bridges, those little bridges that a car goes over? Truck can't go over those. So there's people that actually route the trucks to make sure that they go on the right road. Trucking is such a fantastic industry, and more so for women are becoming more and more involved in transportation. and you can grow. There's so many opportunities for you out there. Um, I am currently the owner of a trucking company with my husband, and he drives still. I keep my license because one of these days I may go back out there and drive again. I loved it that much.